minutes out on that floor in front of us. Brent, your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is true.
A little bit.
14 is still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. So here's Miami's starting group. At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. And it's Dragic in at the 1. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
How about the soft touch of Bledsoe that time? Awesome job of arcing the ball, the floater high up into the air to get 2.
And here's Dragic. Lets the 3 fly, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that does it for the first quarter. Milwaukee on top, up 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Here's Hero. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Ilyasova. Then it's George Hill. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And it's sent back by Leonard.
There's some good commitment from Myers Leonard on defense there. Gets his hands up and swats that one away.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. Now Hill. And he banks in the layup.
George Hill has been around, so he understands even with pressure, he's still capable of scoring.
26 seconds left here in the second. And stolen by Ilyasova. And Giannis pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Here's Dragic. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Milwaukee in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Your defense has been very good. Why has that happened?
Well, I think our guys are committed on that end. Everybody's active. Everybody's covering for each other. And we know how important it is.
Mike, we'll see if it continues in the next quarter. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Well, for the Bucks, and you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has been having the lead.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami? And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for Miami. Trailing here by 8. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Heat. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. The backcourt, Dragic and Butler. And it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Great D that time from Middleton.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Dragic against Bledsoe. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Winslow, the pass to Dragic. And Adebayo throws it down.
Now, some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
Giannis with it from deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Milwaukee with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Right back after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. And Jones over to help. From deep, Giannis. Rebound by the Heat.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
You can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
Right side, Jones. Raiders for 3. Bledsoe with the rebound. And he commits the intentional foul. So it's the Bucks now. 6-point game. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
He's just such a bulldog out there in terms of his mentality. Eric Bledsoe can get assertive, and when he does that, it raises the level of play for the entire team.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Heat. They're trailing by 8. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Bledsoe.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball, a little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Lopez outside, and so the Bucks take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean,